Hi, welcome to Barb's Kitchen Center. My name's Celeste and this is my test kitchen. Today we're going to talk about cutting boards. We have three basic styles out here for you today. One's actually a charcuterie board, but many cutting boards are made the same way. We have the Epicurean cutting board, which is a composite paper. We have a bamboo cutting board, which is made by laminating small pieces of bamboo together. And then we have this charcuterie board that is one solid piece of, I am guessing, maple, because that's what it looks like to me. Anyhow, so you got your fancy dancy cutting board, you got it home, and after a few months it starts separating and you wonder why. Well, especially if you live here in Alberta where things are generally very dry, except for perhaps this summer where I've actually seen people building arcs in their backyard. The wood will dry out. The glue that holds them together will dry out and they will fall apart. Or in the case of a solid piece of wood like this, it will warp. So you need to have some sort of oil or wax to look after them and keep them looking happy and nice. And so make sure you wash whichever board you're using. Make sure you wash it really well. Careful of stripping the oils on a charcuterie board. You will want to wash it, but you don't want to use a really abrasive soap. I wouldn't use a Mr. Clean or a Lysol. I'd use a mild dish detergent and a damp cloth. And whatever you do, please do not immerse your cutting boards in water for any length of time, because no matter how good the cutting board is, no matter how well you've looked after it, you start immersing it in water for, 15 minutes or more, bad things will start happening. So Caron and Doucette actually have a really lovely cutting board soap that works really well. You just use it with a little bit of water and, like I said, a damp cloth. You wipe off your cutting boards. These ones have been done, so I won't do them again. Then they also have a nice mineral oil to go with this product. I happen to be out today, but Epicurean does have a board butter, which is mineral oil and a wax. And I like the board butters because they are not as messy. If you dump this over under your sink, nothing bad will happen. If you dump this over under your sink, you got a lot of liquid to clean up. So you just put some board butter on either the sponge that comes with it or on a cloth, and you just cover your board. Ooh, look at that, it's got a life of its own. And rub it in to your board and all over to bring it back to life. This will also help ensure that any of those fine cuts from knives and stuff get filled, so that in the future food and other things don't get stuck in those fine cuts and start to destroy your board and grow bacteria. And the nice thing about products like this, or using a light mineral oil, is they're not sticky. I've seen people recommend olive oil or canola oil, but olive oil and canola oil will be sticky and attract dirt and dust and not leave you with a nice finish. In fact, you'll have to wipe down your board before you use it again. Although in a pinch, you do what you can to keep your board fresh. Again, I don't think this one's been done in ages, but just give it a good rub down with a board butter. And you can see the color changing on the board from where it was really dry and crying for help to a nice, well moisturized board that will, with a little bit of care and attention, last you a very, very long time. No cutting board is forever. Eventually they get too cut up to be effective, and can be a food safety hazard in and of themselves once they're too badly cut up. And again, the same with your charcuterie. And if you do that every once in a while, even once every 3 months, or when you feel like your board is drying out or changing color. Just a little rub with a little mineral oil, and it's back to being a beautiful cutting board all over again. Thanks for joining us.